Okay, come. Now, what is a function? Function is defined as a relationship where every input of x has a unique output of y. Okay. Ouch. Ouch. Now, you have learned many relationships in your secondary school syllabus. Okay. One of which, okay, this is what I call relation. This is not one-to-one. Okay, one-to-one relation first. Okay. These are all relations first. Okay. Now, one-to-one obviously is every one input will have one specific output. I think you already know this already. One-to-one. So meaning for every one value of x, okay, you just correspond to a value of y lah. Okay, so this is like one-to-one relation. Now the question now is, what kind of graph is one-to-one? You have in secondary school, you can give me an example. Any example will do. One is like reciprocal graph. Okay. Then let's say straight line is the easiest. So obviously you have also like exponential graph, which is one-to-one. Now, why are these one-to-one relation? Is because they are every one unique output of one. No matter where you draw it, right? You have one output, regardless where you draw. You just throw one x to me, I will always have only one output. So this is one-to-one function. It doesn't matter whether it touches the y or not. You can have some empty x, y here, it's fine, or x here. So these are a one-to-one relation. Okay. Now, then in secondary school, we also learn one thing called one-to-many functions. Do you know what kind of graphs are one-to-many? Say y square. Yes. So it's a y square. There are hyperbola graph here, right? So y square equals to x ish kind of graph. So this is probably y square plus 5 lah. Okay. So these are like every anything else which is more prominent one? The y square graph is quite prominent. The circle. 对不对？ So 这些要知道 all these need to know. Because for every one x here, you split into two. Okay, so this one here, this one is split into two lah. Okay, for every one input. Then many to one, what kind of graph? So many to one is like everyone just go. Many to one will be like that. Let's say 3 to 1 here, and parabola, yes. So like that, or this graph here, or parabola, or let's say cubic graph. Okay, it works also. Parabola, quadratic, yeah, all these are parabolas. So this case here, you draw every one x, every one, okay, so this is y1. You draw y1 here. You have like x1, x2, x3, x4, many to one. Okay, one input. Know the shape because it's important. Okay, so there you go. These are the relationships here. Now, based on the definition of functions, right? Not all relations are function. Okay, so I think you probably already know that. So the definition of function is where every input of x has one unique output of y. Okay, so one-to-one is a function because every one have got one unique output. Every one x has got one output. Okay, you just care about one output. So this is a function. Moving forward here is a function. This is okay. This one here is not a function because this doesn't have a unique output. For one x, you cannot split into two. So this, it doesn't. You need one. The key word here is one. Okay. Then so obviously for many to one, this will be a function. This is a function because you have one output here and one output here. So it all corresponds to one, just one only. So one input of x has got one unique output of y. So this moving forward is a function. That's okay, right? Not too bad. Okay, good job. So that's pretty okay.